Так, hello всем.
Hello.
Меня видно?
Да. Видно и слышно. А сейчас совсем подходит. Все. Так, привет, Асим. Hello.
Hello.
Тебя тоже слышно, видно хорошо. Спасибо, что пришли. Я могу сразу демонстрацию экрана, слайды примерно. Так. И да, можем начнем. Hello, everyone. So the language that we use today will be mostly English, and today we are having another session of Tea with Peer Advisors, conducted by Nazarbayev University Academic Advising Office. So today's topic will be on time management and useful study apps, and I will be moderator. I'm one of the peer advisors and moderator today. And we have today two special guests. It's Aisha and Ibrahim Wali, and we can start with some small introduction from our guests.
Asim, go on. Maybe you start first.
Thank you very much. Hello, everyone. I'm Asim. And first of all, I want to thank you for this invitation. And this is a great opportunity for me to be helpful for students and to share my experience. And I'm very happy to this. I'm to be the guest for this event. Thank you very much.
We are happy to. Thank you.
Hi there, everyone. My name is Ibrahim. I am senior economics student. It's a great honor for me to share my experience, my opinions on the topic today. So yeah, I'm very grateful for the Aisha for invitation. And if you have any questions, please interrupt me, ask me, and I will try to answer for anything and will share anything that I know.
Oh, thank you very much. It's honor for us to have both of you. Thank you. And before we move on to individual presentations, maybe we can start with some small game to know a little bit more about your experience and to warm up. And the first game is called Have You Ever? So it will be about, you can see the instructions about having your 5 fingers, and then if you have done something there in Have You Ever, you should fold your finger, and the winner is the one who has more fingers not folded. Yes. Good. So is everything clear? But,
Yes.
Oh, good. Then we can start our warm-up. So the first one, have you ever struggled with time management? Oh, good. So both of you, it's very relatable. So have you ever been late to your classes? Good. And have you ever stayed up all night to study or for çalışma, as we see? Oh, good. I hope we don't have. Have you ever run in the skywalk to your meetings or classes? Oh, only one finger left. And have you ever visited our AAO office? Oh, then thank you. That is all. So I see Asim has done all of this, and Ibrahim, you have only one finger left. Yes. Good. Thank you. That is great. And this was the end. I would give you some chocolates if it was online, but for now we can continue with individual presentations. So I guess we can start. And the first one is Asia. So yes, you can share a screen, by the way. One moment.
Yeah, okay. Just share. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Okay, let me just start. Okay, just started to from table of contents. So first of all, I want to say about myself, to give more information about myself, and then I will talk about projects that I'm working on, and of course some tips from me, and then you can ask any questions that you like interested. So okay. Sorry. The first thing that I understood throughout my life is to find your mission in life, because at the beginning, when I was at in the first year.
Excuse me, Sam.
Yes,
Could
yes.
you share the screen again? There is an issue, I guess.
It is not. It is the same. Like it's not.
No.
Yeah, it is on the page of table of contents. No. No.
No. Sorry.
You can like. Yes, you can share it again if you want to.
Okay. I don't understand what's happening. Can you see now?
Yes. Can you now move the to the another
Now
slide?
I'm moving, but you cannot see, right?
Yes. Yes. It's.
I guess the issue is you're sharing only the PowerPoint, and maybe if you share whole screen, they'll be different.
Okay. Okay.
No.
Okay.
One moment. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Now I've shared the whole screen. Now?
Yes. Great. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Sorry. The first thing that to identify your mission in your life, and then everything gets easier, even without some time management tools, because when you have a mission, you can make goals, and then you automatically make tasks for to reach those goals and to reach your mission. That's why so my mission is to transmit education, as I am as a student of Nazarbayev University, and I also finished Nazarbayev Intellectual School. I want to help other students who didn't have such an opportunity. And then now I'm currently working on educational projects. I will talk about it a bit later. So that's why the first tip is to identify your mission in the life, and everything gets easier. Then, okay, so this is like short information about me. I'm a political science and international relations student, like fourth year student, and I'm an official language advocate for Hana Academy educational platform. I guess you have used this platform before for like preparation for SAT, for other subjects. This is a like free world-class education platform. And this is currently like, this platform is currently we are translating this platform and into Kazakh language. So now this is available in Kazakh language. And now I'm a president of Alumni NIS Association, and I've started working there from the 1st January of this year. So, okay. So as I have told before, my goal is to become an influential woman and help other women to reach their goals, also motivate not only goals, also like students, like guys from the villages, and that to reach this goal, I like try to be effective every day. That's why I prefer planning, and I try to develop myself every day. This is like sport, sport, and how to say, like reading books, motivational, psychological, or other kind of books, and just do, not only plan and do. So then, this is our like Hana, let me just talk about a little bit about the Hana Academy project, because this is really big project. We are the only one who get the license for Hana Academy for whole Kazakhstan. And currently we have translated almost 2.5 million words into Kazakh language. And you can see here that there are around 29 million, even 30 million words that we need to translate. This is big word, but we are like making it, it's not so hard for us because we have a mission, as I have mentioned before. So then this is our platform. You can find it on the YouTube. And we have made a lot of videos for computer science, math, biology, physics, and you can just check, you can leave some feedback or just like, and this is like, what have you done in the statistics? We have made around 652 videos overall. So now let's talk about time management. How do I manage like study, working on project, and work also as like president of NAS alumni? The first thing is, of course, to write down everything, because when I don't write everything, it's really difficult to deal with all the problems. And sometimes I might forget some deadlines or some like meetings. Yes, that's why I try to write everything on my notebook. There are also other tools, but the most effective and the most effective one for me is notebook. Just I write down everything on for the whole day, the tasks, all tasks that I need to finish in one day. And then I start working with Pomodoro. I guess everyone here knows about this app. This is like 20 minutes of focused work, and then 5 minutes like you can relax. And this is really helpful too, actually. At the beginning, it's difficult, of course, because you couldn't finish everything on time. You may get interrupted by others or by social network, but then if you continue it regularly using, you can get used to this. And of course, for the as I am a student, you have deadlines. Yes, you have like lessons, courses. In that case, I try to make plan for the months, with all deadlines, and print it and put in on visible place. And when, for example, something is coming, or it's easier to look at this paper and just do your deadlines before it gets. And of course, I try to find study buddy. Actually, it's very helpful, but don't work or don't study with your really close friends, because it's mostly, you start just gossiping. Sometimes it's not effective. Try to other students who are much effective or more effective than you. And of course, when I work on project, I try to delegate everything. So I make tasks for my team members, and for a week, for example, and then after week finishes, we organize online Zoom meetings and check everything, if those team members finish their works or not. And then if they don't, then they need to finish it. But mostly they finish their work on time, and this really helps to process go. So another useful apps, it's Apple Notes. When I don't have my notebook with me, I use Apple Notes, or Zametki, yes, you can find it in also like in other Android software. And the Trello. Trello, actually, I use Trello for team management and for example, for NS alumni members and for Hana Academy Kazakh members, we have like separate pages in Trello, and there is like we need to do part, and we are doing part, and we have finished part, and based on that we can visually see that which tasks have finished, which tasks haven't finished yet. And Google Calendar is also, I guess it's famous for every, like among NS and new students. It's very user-friendly, and you can just tick your deadlines and make maybe alarm, yes, put alarm on it, and it's very useful like tool. You just, they are simple tools, they are famous, and I just use them, and I just recommend using them effectively. Those tools are very like helpful. And thanks.
Thank you too. Thank you. Yes, it was great. And yes, if we can, for now we can move to Ibrahim, and then maybe after that, if people have questions, you can ask. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yes.
Let me share. Okay. Let's do this one. Pop up. Can you see my sharing my?
Yes.
This. Okay. So let me start. My slides are not that elaborated as Sim's, but they are, I guess, they're on point. It's like my vision on how to deliver this message about the time management. So yeah, about the time management a little bit more. So let's first start to from the question how is it when I see the post and the Instagram, there was 4 questions. I thought, okay, that would be good outline for answering for looking and answering these questions, this difficult question indeed. So starting from how, first of all, I guess the very important thing is planning, as Sam's already mentioned. But planning, I remember my father always said, plans are nothing, but planning is important. What does it mean? So if you build plans, try not to frustrate if that plans are not work out. So for example, you build the plans for the whole week. So you decide that tomorrow you'll meet your friend, and Friday evening you'll do this and this and this, and then your friend tomorrow cannot meet you, and Friday you cannot go out, and a lot of things happen, and sometimes people can get frustrated about that, and it is not the thing. You should always remember that, okay, plans can change, but I know the technique for planning. I can plan again. So this is the very important thing. Usually people focus on the plans, but not on the planning process. So the process is important, not the plans itself, because plans can change, and they change very often. That's why I'm saying that plans, the planning itself is very important thing. So here I wrote a little passage about how I do that. I start on Sundays for upcoming weeks. You can use some calendar apps, or you can write it on notebook. Everything everything is convenient for you. I personally use Microsoft Outlook. Why? Because in Microsoft Outlook calendar, there are times from 9 to 5, it's working hours, and after that, it's not working hours. It's helped me for dealing with my work-life balance, because sometimes when you overwork and overstudy, you can be very not productive in upcoming days. That's why I personally like the Microsoft Outlook, especially we have the Microsoft 365, and I think that will be easier for everyone. But you can try any other. You can try Trello. You can try and using different apps. Something you will stick with something, and that something will work for you. Again, this is about me, and this is not the universal advices, but maybe something you will find something useful from that. And again, and second one, I guess, the how to manage your time management is to manage your finance wise, because no money, no hustle. You cannot do anything without money. You cannot cook, you cannot focus on anything. I will talk about a little bit about budgeting later, but try to find something, some apps, maybe some technique to allocate your budget for the whole month, for the whole week, depends on how your parents send you money, if you work, how your employer give you money. For example, if you work full-time job and in the end of the month you have some money, so start to allocate in the first day. If your father and mother sent you money, allocate in the first week if they're weekly. So depending on how you get your budget, try to allocate it wisely, because without if we have if we have unlimited budgets and money, it will be very easy for us to work and to study and everything. But we live in a finite world. That's why try to do it wisely. I'll share some of my thoughts about that, how I do that later. So from how we can go to strategies. There are different strategies. Indeed, the SM will share about the Pomodoro. You can see a lot of strategies here. Maybe you saw them, you know them, but something do not work for you, something works for you. For me, I usually use two techniques. It's Pomodoro and Pareto principle. How that it is, you know the Pomodoro principle. 25 minute breaks, 25 minute work, 5-minute breaks for time, then 20-minute breaks. Very easy, very intuitive and everything. But I elaborated that a little bit. Sometimes when I need full concentration, for example, when you work, when you write your essay and you need the full concentration and you know that 25 minutes is not enough, I usually do 50 minutes, then 15-minute break, and then again 15 minutes. But another advice here, when using this, when choosing these first and second, between this first and second, when you use 25 minutes and 5-minute breaks, try to use something calm, try some calm music, for example, some lo-fi music, maybe some Kazakh music, everything that makes you calm and really could help you to concentrate on the work. And the second part, it's again about me, maybe that will not work for you, but when I use 15 minutes, then 15 minutes break, and then 15 minutes, I usually listen to EDM, electronic music, something that will make me as concentrated as it could be. For example, some rock, alternative rock, or some EDM. Yeah, something that you know will blow your mind, but you are concentrated fully. For that purpose, I bought the. Let me show you. I bought the headphones. So I personally recommend buying some headphones to help you to concentrate on that. But this technique for again second 15 minutes and 15 minutes. It is not as productive for using it for a long period of time. For example, you can use 25 minutes and 5-minute breaks for whole day. You cannot do that with 15 minutes because you'll get tired very fast. But it will help you to achieve some goals. If you have only 2 hours to finish some work, you can do that. And again, do not be afraid to experiment because Pomodoro is, yes, it's good, but you can experiment for that time frames that is best for you. So try to experiment, find the best and optimal thing for you, and stick with that, because nothing is we should not live in the frames. Nothing is constant. So experiment, and you'll find something that will optimal for you. Again, second one is Pareto principle that I use. What is that? It's delivering 80% of the results by doing 20% of work. It's the thing, maybe you're economist and you know about Pareto efficiency, but a little bit different, but yeah. But this principle you could use in work. For example, some automatization. And when I say automatization, I didn't mean like building some a neural network that will do a lot of difficult works for you. No, some simple stuff that you will not be frustrated to do it. So as an example, I would say this one, for example, first is my budgeting sheet as an example, and second is my family resume. I mean, I'm married and we have with my wife the family resume folder in Figma. Why these examples? For example, in the first one, it's about the budgeting. I was very frustrated in the beginning when I tried to use different apps for budgeting, and when I like CoinKeeper and others, there were a lot of apps like here, and I was like, oh, this I need to go to the app, need to choose. I don't know how to choose, and so on and so on. And then I thought, okay, this is my problem. So this is the issue that frustrates me. So why I need to use some apps when that frustrates me? And I addressed that. Find these like 20% of work that I need to do, and I leave, like cut it off. And now I use Google Spreadsheet. and I just go into it, fast, type, and then it's done. Your budget for the week or for the month is done. And it's very easy, and you done your 80% of work by adjusting 20%. This is what I mean when you need to find this spot that you need to adjust. And about resume is the same. I was very frustrated when I would need to work in the Word, because sometimes you working in the Word and you did something and everything is fucked up, and you're like, oh man, how I need to change that. Now in the Figma, it's very easy. Again, you find the spot, you adjust that, 20% work, 80% result. Very easy and very convenient. And it saves you a lot of time, because when you fight with your frustration, that saves you a lot of time actually, because we are lazy people and we need to fight with our laziness, I would say. There are some other techniques like getting things done or eating the frog. You try to use all of them and find what best suits for you, what the best suits for you. For example, my wife use the eat the frog technique. It's like addressing the biggest issue of the day and then some minor issues. It's very, I cannot do that. I need to concentrate with the time, but for her, it's eating the frog is, so it's very unique for everyone. Try to find something that you suit you best. Again, try to experiment. You have a lot of time, you're a student, and not be afraid of getting things wrong, or it's your way and nobody can say how to do that. Third, let's move on. Yeah, there was a question about online and offline. Is it difficult or easier to do it online or offline? I would say for me, online was, when I was working and studying, online was like very good thing, because there's no time to commute. I didn't need to go outside, find some taxi or bus. I could sleep at night. It was very convenient. It was easier for me to manage my foodie time. What I mean by foodie time, you prepare food in the morning for whole day and you can eat it for lunch and for dinner. Very easy. And yeah, I had more time to sleep because my work day started at 8. I slept for 7:50, I guess. So it was very easy for me to manage time at online. But offline, but again, in offline, there are some cons, some pros here in the offline too. You have more socialization. You can see some cool professors or guys in the classroom, and you have some legal excuse to go to daily cup, because we all love daily cup and it's a very cool thing. I would say here, when addressing time management online, offline, you should not, again, address your frustration. What frustrates you the most about the online or about the offline, and try to find that spot, address it, and you're done. Because if you do not do that, if you try to fight yourself, that is not the adaptivity. Because when you find your frustration point, you're adapting around that, and that will make you easier to go with the flow further. So online, offline, doesn't matter. It matters what frustrates you most about online, what frustrates you most about offline, and then adjust that. Sometimes I just need to make a note. I'm a little bit privileged on this point, because I didn't have on my online. I did have work. I have my wife. I was renting an apartment away from my family. I didn't have any mental issues. So from my perspective, it's a little bit easier to say about that things. But if you have some mental issues, if you have difficult things, and my advice sounds for you like a bullshit, try to maybe you could address this issue with the psychologist, and then you just little note on that. Because yeah, I had a privileged position and I speak up from that. But if you didn't have this position, and for you online doesn't make any sense, you have big issues in the family, just try to address with the professionals. I'm not a professional, and yeah, just a note. So example of the useful apps eventually. So first of all is YouTube. I guess, as I said, here are 2 channels today. I think it will be good for everyone. It's the About and Talk and Share Formula. These channels is about the Pomodoro techniques. They have some 4-hour study with me, and they have some Pomodoro technique in there, so 25 minutes and 50-minute breaks. Very good, cool music and very pleasant picture. 100% recommendation. But also YouTube is good, I guess, for finding some other types of music. For example, I find some EDM music there. I find some inspiration in the YouTube. So it's a very good app to first address your study, and second, address your free time, because every time you manage your time, you need time for yourself. And YouTube is very good app to adjust that free time. For example, when I am free, I don't know what to do. I didn't want to know what I want to do. So you can go to YouTube and find some bullshit here there. Second thing is the Google Spreadsheet app. It's very useful. Try to use it. I use it for my budgeting plans. I use it for my anything that address the money. I go to the Google Spreadsheet, create a spreadsheet, and create a calculator there. It's very useful there. Very easy, because you didn't need to any app or something. But if it's not for you, it's not for you. For some people, just love this, dragging down the money and everything. Yes, if it's for you, okay. But using this spreadsheet will help you not only addressing your time management, but it help you in the work in the future, because my calculators in here then help me. My skill building calculators for myself and spreadsheet help me in my job further. Third is the Balance app. What is this? It is the meditation app. They had free period for 1 year, I guess, something like that. But I bought the subscription. It's very useful when you have some free time and you want to fight with this anxiety. Sometimes you could have the anxiety, and it's totally normal if you have the anxiety and you know what I need to do. I didn't do anything today. I have I spend a lot of time for nothing. It's fine. It's fine for you to think, to spend a lot of time for nothing, do nothing, spend day for nothing. It's completely fine. But the Balance app will help you to concentrate, to meditate a little bit, to fight with that anxiety, and to become a little bit calm. It's my personal recommendation, just to save your nerves. It will be helpful. And fourth one is music apps. I don't know what you use, Apple Music, Spotify, Yandex Music. I personally use Apple Music and Yandex Music because in Apple Music you have free, not free, but 300 tenge subscription for Nazarbayev students. And in Yandex, I guess you have, I use because of the taxi, but yeah, there some recommendations there are good. Music is important. Why music is important? Because when you study, from my perspective, when you are studying, you need to concentrate on something. And for me to fight some unnecessary thoughts, I use music, and it helped me to be concentrated on the task at the moment, at the time. So yeah, try something. Find your app again. Maybe Spotify works for you. Maybe Apple Music, and use it. I guess it will help you. I guess that's it. Yeah, from my side. If you have any question, please, I'll be glad to answer.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And it's interesting that you two have very different approaches to time management. Yes. So thank you, Ibrahim, and thank you, Sam. This was the last presentation from speakers, and we will now have more interaction maybe. And yes, for now you can ask any questions from two speakers, from both of them or individually. And I saw, I guess, some questions before. Question for Asim, yes, Oraz Kobrasar. So don't you get bored or obsessed with translating all the educational materials, like doing this repetitive mission? Yeah.
Thank you for your question. Actually, it's not only me translating the whole material. I am here as a project manager. It's more. We work with volunteers. There are a lot of volunteers who are translating currently, and we work with teachers, of course, to check the content quality. And I don't get bored or obsessed with it because I really like this. I like this project, and as a representative of the village, I was born in the village, and I studied in in primary school, also in the village, and then I have transferred to Nazarbayev Intellectual School, and I know the problem there. I know especially educational problems, that's why I really want to help those students in villages. And this is like main mission, as I have already told, and I have a great passion, I guess. That's why I don't get bored.
Oh, very good, great answer. Thank you. And also, I guess there are some comments to Ibrahim's quote. They like your quote by your dad. So another one, yes, comment again. You can listen to music without words, so that they won't disturb you from work. Asim has another recommendation. And also, I guess there is a question to Asim again. How did you understand what is your mission?
Oh, this is actually just by doing. As I have told before, I wasn't so like straight A student, to be honest. Especially, I had some academic problems when I was on in the first year. And how did I understand this is my mission? Just by doing. I volunteered a lot, and I also recommend to start now and just volunteer, work for free sometimes, or finding internships and go for like maybe trainings or listen to others' success or failures. And when you really do those things, you can find your mission. And I don't know, like I cannot even explain how I have found it, but just by doing, it has been already 3 years that I'm working on this project, and I really understand that this is mine. And I also understand that this is my mission. And why am I saying it? I also watched a lot of videos with Marvel and Ibrahim. Maybe you know, yes, you can also watch his like trainings and seminars on YouTube. It's free. And so by this, then I just, after watching his YouTube, like his lectures, his interviews, I understood that this is my mission. And before, of course, you need to do everything, you need to try everything. And yes.
Good. Thank you. Great answers. And now question to Ibrahim. Yes. Can you recommend some music channels in YouTube for focus on stuff? Maybe more channels? Like you mentioned two, yes. Ibrahim?
Yeah. I will answer you with in the chat. I guess that will be easier for everyone to see the channels. So I'm already typing the channel's name.
Oh, good. Another question to you. So, is it difficult to combine marriage, study, work?
No, it becomes difficult when you play Counter-Strike. Okay, I'm just kidding. No, for me, study was a blessing. Marriage was a blessing because that is my partner and she's my best friend. And studying with her, working with her, it helps me to stay focused. It helps me to keep my mental health alive. Because when you're alone, it's sometimes becomes difficult because you get overwhelmed, and it is that makes you when you're overwhelmed, you're not productive enough to do all the daily stuff. So I guess it's not that difficult combining marriage with everything else. About the study and work, it is difficult. It is difficult to work full-time job. I was operational analyst at Didi. Now I'm not because it's closed. But yeah, and then also I was full-time studying, and it was even though I have only 4 subjects in the semester. It was difficult for me because when you have a full-time work, you work whole day, and then after the work, you want to have this work-life balance, but you need to allocate your time to study, and also on the weekends you need to allocate your time to study. So I'm suggesting you to first finish your study and then go to work. But again, it all depends. For me, when I was working and studying, the great thing was that I wake up at 7 a.m. or 6 a.m. and start studying first. Then at 9, 8, we're studying, working, and till the 6 p.m. in the evening. And then you do some minor stuff and eat some food and have the rest of the whole evening. So yeah, studying and working full time is difficult, but it is manageable. But again, try to have this borderline when you are not too overwhelmed, because I in the January I have this with all this we know the let's address the elephant in the room. We know what happened in January in Kazakhstan with all these problems, and also in my work I was like at the borderline, at the edge of have some I don't know depression. I was burned out very hard. So I decided, okay, I will work 2 more months and then I will quit. And yeah, I quit the work, and I guess now I have a lot of time, and I was like, wow, studying is so easy. So yeah, have this borderline. Yes, money is important. Yes, working is important, but I believe you could work again after your studies. You could find that work, and you are all talented. You are all very good students. I believe that, and yeah, when you have these borderlines, when you know when to stop, yeah, you could study and then finding some work, but it is difficult. Marriage is not that difficult. It's the most easy part.
Oh, good, good. Very sweet and great answer. Thank you. And another question to you again. So can you tell me more about your student life? If I'm not mistaken, you are president of a new KFC SA. How this club helped you? And by the way, you are also in part of a new theater.
Yeah, I was in a lot of clubs. I was part of the new. I was with Aisha in the theater. Yeah, I was a president of the new KFC. It's a great experience about the student life and how it helped you. First of all, you get to know with the cool students. Where this. There is a quote, and I don't know who tell that, but your network. How the bigger your network, the bigger your net worth, or something like that. But yeah, being in the clubs, speaking with different people, that helps you to exchange some ideas, helps you to find your new friends, and having new friends, it's very cool thing, not only in your career path, but also by life. When you have someone to speak with, when you have someone to play some board games, maybe. And this is the cool thing about the club and student lives. You can find the cool guys, you can find the cool friends, you can do the cool stuff, you can experiment, you can embrace your talent. And this is the great stuff about the clubs and about the student life. For me, when I was a president of KFSA, I found the really cool friends there, some of which helped me to find the job that I work for today. Yeah, and then in that job I find another cool guys with whom I become from friends. So yeah, but I recommend you not to go. For example, we had a lot of guys in KFC, not in the KFC, but who come to KFC and say, so I want to be part of KFC because in my future I want to work in finance. But that's not the cool stuff, cool thing to say. If you go to the clubs, go with your, not with your intention to, okay, I'll go there, I find someone, that someone will give me something, and I will get cool job, money, and everything. Go there to experience new things. And I guess in that case, you'll find some great things. You will find some great things about the club, about your community, and about yourself. And this is, I guess, the most thing that will help you. But yeah, your friends could help you find a job. And my friends helped me to find a job in Didi. And again, after that, my another friend from Ukraine recommended me for another guy whom I contacted, and now I'm going to interview to find another job. So yeah, some friends could help you to find some jobs, some opportunities, and maybe masters, everything. But yeah, in the first place, you should look at them not as the source of something, not wait for them to give you something, but look at them as your friends in the first place. And then after that, they could be helpful, could not be helpful, but all in all, it's your friend and they are good. So yeah, while you're on the campus, try to go to the different places, acoustic nights, poetry nights, try to be in the university and work with the university community. It is really great thing, and you then remember when you're a fourth year student, okay, what did I done through my 4 years, and it was very cool. So yeah,
great, good answer again. So thank you. Also now there is something about PPT, so Asim already sent, and they are asking about the platform that you use to create your presentations. Most of them looked very good, by the way. Yes.
Yeah, yeah, Sam, I'll just said Canva and Let's Go. I use only Microsoft PowerPoint. All this stuff that I did. By the way, it's not fully my design. I have, yeah. Let me share you one guy from the TikTok. He can teach you great stuff about PowerPoint, but mostly I use PowerPoint only for creating the slides.
It looks good. It looks great. But yes, thank you. And also the last question maybe for now, because we have other activity with the audience later and guests. So Asim, are your videos on YouTube getting enough audience? I mean, not many people watch educational content in Canada. Is it issue currently?
Yes, you not like you are right. It's not an issue actually. We position ourselves like supplemental education, and we just try to prepare an instrument for those who search like content, educational content in Kazakh language, and we haven't worked on marketing enough, and now we are just creating content in Kazakh language, adapting, localizing, and of course checking the quality. But currently we are starting to work on marketing part, and now we are going to show how to effectively use our platform and learn like self-education, yeah, for students. Like that's why it's not an issue actually. It's our plan. Yeah.
Oh, good. I see. So thank you. Thank you for answering. Yeah, I hope you all got your answer to your questions. So we still have some more activities, and after that we'll finish. So yes, good. We can now move on to the next part. One moment. Oh, here it is. So we have another activity now, and it's for our speakers, our guests. So can you agree or disagree with the following statements and tell like you can, if you want, you can also tell something more. But for now, so we can start from the first one. So I guess some of these answers were mentioned before. The first one, online is harder for time management. So agree or disagree?
I disagree. It's yeah, for me it's easier for time management because again, no time for commuting, sitting in your room, working on the projects. Yeah.
Good, good.
I also disagree. Yeah, I also disagree. When you study online, you can do another like things that are offline. That's why you can. Yeah.
Oh, good, good. Both disagree. Now we have another. Time management means always having productive days.
No, it's not. I disagree with it. Time management means to find the optimal, to allocate your time optimally. So you do some productive stuff. You rest some days you have some rest time for rest, and some days you have time to look at your I don't know, wall and do nothing for whole day. It's about how to preserve your mental health and meanwhile do all the necessary stuff that you need to do.
Yes, I also agree with Ibrahim. It's about energy. So how to effectively use your energy, and after that, like time management. It's not always like being productive. Yeah.
Good, good. And I hope that it helps the audience too in some way, these answers. Next one, no time for social or personal life is okay.
I don't.
I agree. I agree. For okay, Asam, you can go first, and then I will.
No time for. Actually, there is. If you have read about psychology, there is one thing like work-life balance, and I guess you need to try to keep a work-life balance, and if you don't do that, I guess you burn out. I had such an experience. I would say it's not okay.
Yeah, I agree. With this one, I kind of agree and disagree at the same time, because it is not, as I said much, it's not sustainable for a long period of time. You cannot have no social personal life for years. It will be not sustainable. You eventually will more burn out. But for time to time, if you don't have some time for social life, if you don't have some time for personal, for example, about the social time, I am the person, I love to talk with people. I love to communicate with people, to play some games with people. But sometimes I need some weeks maybe to collect this social energy. I could not say, I could not stand to see anyone for some week, and it's fine. It's fine not to want to see anyone. Again, it's that time. It's fine to not to want to meet with anyone from the personal perspective. I cannot do that because I'm married, but I have some friends and people. They are fine not having some second uh, half of their life, half of their life. So it's fine, but not for a long period of time. Yeah, if you are talking about years or 10 years, yeah, it's not sustainable. It's not okay. But from time to time, you could give you that rest from everyone, from anything, and just go to mountain hiking and something like that. Be alone is fine sometimes.
Yes, I understand. So short term. Now, another one, study apps are useful only when you struggle academically.
No, it can be useful for like work, for other stuff, and not they can be useful in every case. It depends on like your purpose, on what purpose are you going to use. So
yes, study apps and they are useful when you're working, especially if you're programming something. In my work, I used to have this experience with programming, and I didn't know how to do some stuff with R, and these guys from YouTube, Indian guys who always can help you. They could be quite useful doing some research on something.
Oh, good, good. Thank you. And the last one, mental issues can affect time management. I guess you mentioned some of this before.
Yeah, I completely agree. If you're not stable with your mental health, you're not healthy. That can affect your time management. Do not try to push you even more forward. If you have some mental issues, go to specialist. It's very important to preserve your mental health. Very important to be healthy mentally. Again, yeah, if you have some issues with mental health, go to psychologists in the new, and we have great psychologists here. Or if you have some little bit spare money, go to some psychologists outside of you, and yeah, try not to push yourself. Mental health is very important thing. Yes.
yeah, I also agree with Ibrahim. Mental health are really important because when you are mentally unstable, you cannot focus on study, on work, even on planning. That's why keep mentally healthy.
Yes. Good, thank you. This we finished with this activity, so I guess we have even more information on that. And we'll now have the last one for you, for our guests, and then the last one for the audience. So here, for each guest, I want you to, like, the activity, it's comparing yourself from past. So can you give 3 sentences starting with I wish I, and talking about your past experience with time management maybe, or anything else that you did maybe wrong or you could have done better. So any 3 sentences. You can take your time if you want to. or it can be also about personal, social life, or academic, anything. Yes. So I can. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I guess I would say I wish I know that having this excellence syndrome is not a good thing, because in the first 2 years of my academic study, I was ultimately in school, and I had this excellent. I thought I need to be straight A. I need to be like 4.0 GPA and something like that. And now I realize that and I did it in expense of my some physical health, my mental health, in expense of my sleepness, something. And I did want to sleep very hard, but I said, no, I need to study hard and this stuff, and it's not that important as your health. I guess I wish I know that in the past.
Yeah, I wish I knew about time management when I was at first year of Nazarbayev University, because if I knew, I could do better, and academically, I mean.
Wow. Yeah. So you're sharing now your experience for other people to know. So thank you very much. I guess both points are very relatable. So for now, we finish with the activities for guests, and we have now last activity to the audience, and maybe anyone you can you can write or even say about like what tips you found the most useful, what apps, or maybe what kind of similarities do you see in their approaches, in their management of time. So you can speak or write. So audience, yes, I will be tracking who raises hands or who writes in the chat. Maybe before we wait, I can also say my own perspective too. So I really think that you two have very different ways of thinking about time. Like for Asim, it's more about planning. For Ibrahim, it's more about focus, I guess. Yes, so it's that's great. So, but you two use Pomodoro like strategy. I guess it's one of the similarities, maybe. So, yeah, good. Oh, someone says in the chat. Oh, I wish. Ulras. Ulras, I also try to plan daily, weekly, monthly, and keep track of my goals. Sabina, I really like Ibrahim's quote and about planning finance. Yes, by the way, Ibrahim's your like financing spreadsheets. Great advice, by the way. But budgeting with Excel seems more useful and comfortable than writing it on the notebook. Laura says. Good. Maybe have you also tried noting your finances, Ibrahim? So or Ibrahim's approach seems interesting to try. Oh my God. Ibrahim, so I wanted to ask about like, have you also tried noting your finances, like writing them in the
Yes, sorry. Noting. No, I have a notebook here. Usually this big one, but I usually don't use it because let me show why I don't use it that much. Because of okay, let me virtual background none. Okay, I guess you can see it. Because of this, if you can see them, I cannot read that. I have very yes. I have from my school years. I have very bad. I was very bad at writing something on notebook. That's why I prefer writing something on electronically. But again, if you are comfortable with writing on notebook, it's fine. Try to find something for yourself that works for you, because if it's does not work for me, that doesn't say it means that it will not work for you. For example, My mom, she always writes her budgets in, she has big A4, like A5, like these papers, and she draws all the plans and something. She finds that useful. She cannot handle it in Excel. She's not that technologically savvy. She like, okay, no, Excel is not for me, but writing and scaling is for her. For example, if that works for you, that's fine. Try everything, and then, because I tried on notebook, that didn't work out for me, I then switched to Excel. Yeah.
Great, thank you. And also for Asim, yes, thank you. So advice about finding vision, finding study buddy was by Asim was great. Yes, I agree on that. Also about not being best friend. Yes, it's also good. Between, I agree that finding study buddies helps a lot, even it can be negligible, but the fact is very good when you study with others. Adega says, I have already been using most of the mentioned methods, listening to music, making notes on phone, operate tasks using Excel or code. Oh, that's great. You have a combination of both techniques from each guest. So thank you. And we can wait maybe 1 or 2 minutes more and for the comments, and then yes, Utopia, the last part. So oh, by the way, we also have I guess 3 we will also choose 3 students to give the prizes for being active during the presentation. So yes, you should wait, and I will contact each of the students. So yes, 1 or 2 minutes. I guess, one person mentions, I have also already using different apps for making notes because it works to do or study things became more organized. Good, good. Oh, you have a question here. Can you advise on how to stay focused? Yes. Both of you can, I guess, to both of you.
Asim, I guess you can go on.
Thank you. Stay focused. Actually, this is a problem for most of us, including me. But as I have mentioned before, time like restriction helps you to be focused. I mean, when you use, for example, Pomodoro, you have only 25 minutes, and in 25 minutes, you need also like have you need to like first identify your intention. For example, I need to finish my like essay, for example, intro part, or even like or intro and the body part in 25 minutes, and you just like identify your an intention, plan it, and then just start Pomodoro, and within 25 minutes you just, I guess it works with me. So you need to be how to say, you need to have an intention first, like to finish this task in this time, in this framework of time, and then you just stay focused. And this kind of tools that Pomodoro, yes, and you can also put the sound of like clock ticking. It also helps sometimes to get focused, because you know that your time is going, and you try to like work maximum, like for maximum.
Yes, you have the 2 questions, or how to stay focused or start the task. Let me address the start the task part. Yeah, about the focus, I agree with her. With start the task, it depends what your task want to start. And usually, how it works for me, usually I start procrastinate if I think that task is too big. For example, you need to write something. This about the writing class. You need to write final essay due Monday of the next week, 5,000 words, and you don't want to start it because it seems too big for you and you want to procrastinate. You know that you should start writing, you know all the stuff, but you know that it is too big and you want to procrastinate on that. So I in that case, I address it like this. What I need to do, I just take some Google Doc or Word and write a little outline, what I really need to do. Okay, I need to write 5,000 words, start from that. Okay, what exactly in that 5,000 words I need to write, like, how many time I have, for example. I have 7 days for 5,000 divided by 7, for example. I have some this and this words per day. It seems not that big. Again, you write an outline. You say, okay, I need to do this outline, not outline of this, outline of your work. Today I'll do this. Tomorrow I will do this. And Friday I will do this, and go on, go for. So by doing this, you divide this big task into small tasks, and the smaller the task is, the greater it is for you, because the smaller you can divide the task, the faster you can start it, and the faster you'll finish that task. So start doing that, and that will help you to start the task, because when you divide it, it is easier to start, because you know, I need to write an email. It's very easy, and then you go force. Regarding the another advice, how to stay focused, again, Sam shared the good thing. You could use Pomodoro, you could use music, that will help you. But when you already divided tasks into the small pieces, and you use time management techniques like Pomodoro, eating the fork, 1, 3, 5, so on and so forth, you already become focused because you already started the task by dividing it, and knowing that will help you, I guess, to start the task. And sometimes it's useful to trick yourself. For example, again, writing an essay, when I know that I'm writing the crap, I trick myself. Okay, this is the draft. You will not submit this. This is the draft, and then you finish this draft that you thought and submit it as a final draft. You know, trick yourself sometimes. And when you do that, that will help you. With the tricking yourself, it's my sister helped me to do that, because she's a painter, and she usually tricks herself. So I know this is bad painting, but this is the draft, and then she had a beautiful painting. So yeah, if the task allows you to trick yourself, try to do that, because I believe that we are lazy in nature and we love to procrastinate, we love to do nothing. And by doing so, by tricking ourselves, we could achieve some great things.
Yeah, good, great. Thank you. Also, thank you for answering questions. I guess I hope audience got the answers, necessary answers. So I also got something for myself. Thank you. And I guess this will be the last part for today. Thank you. So I guess maybe not, we don't have any questions, I guess, before we go. So thank you very much for 2 guests, Aisha and Ibrahim. It was great, actually, a lot of things, and I believe the audience learned also. So you are very inspirational people to talk about it, and you show the successful implementation of these techniques. So for now, yes, thank you very much, and that will be the end of today's session.
Thank you very much, Aisha, for the invitation again, and I hope that I was helpful for others. And good luck, everyone, with their upcoming midterms, essays, and everything in your life. So stay healthy.
Yeah, thank you, Aisha. Thank you, everyone, for coming, for listening. Yeah, have a nice day. Have a nice week. Rest of the weekend.
Thank you. Yes, good luck with assignments and midterms, by the way. Yes, if anything is left. So yes, we can now say goodbye. Bye-bye.
Yeah, bye-bye, everyone.